Greetings. The most important character in Goddessverse is Amy. Amy is 10 years of age, but she is the most powerful character in the story. Amy is a goddess, a witch, a magical girl, and many other things. The whole story revolves around Amy. Amy has brown hair and green eyes. I used AI to create these images in order to show people what the character is supposed to look like. Amy is the main character of the novel Goddessverse. Amy is a child, but she is much more intelligent than most of the adults in the story. Amy can fly. Amy can read minds. She can move objects with her mind. She can survive in outer space. She can turn invisible. She can become intangible. She can generate beams of energy and waves of energy and things like that. Amy has a lot of powers. Most of the goddesses in the story have those types of powers. Amy is a goddess, so she can pretty much do anything. But she still faces a lot of challenges. She struggles to find meaning in her life. She has to battle against other powerful entities that are trying to control her. And she has to save the universe while learning how to control her powers. You might expect Amy to be the hero of the story, but Amy is really more of an anti-hero. Although she is the main character, so maybe anti-hero is the wrong word. Let's just say that she is morally ambiguous. I've made a lot of other videos about Amy. You can find those other videos on my YouTube channel. The next character that I want to discuss is the bird. I made some other videos about the bird. One of those videos is called The Power of the Bird. You should watch that video as well. The bird is the first mentor that Amy has in the story. The story really begins when Amy meets the bird. The bird is not really a bird. The bird is actually a pterodactyl. But Amy refers to the bird as the bird, so that becomes the name of the character. The bird teaches Amy how to use some of her powers. The bird takes Amy through a magical door, and that is how the adventure begins. The bird is the one who tells Amy that she has magical powers. The bird communicates with Amy telepathically. The next character that you need to know about is Brittany. Brittany is the goddess of the Milky Way. Brittany is the goddess of the galaxy. Brittany is the first goddess that Amy encounters after Amy leaves the Earth and travels into outer space. Brittany is Amy's best friend. You could even argue that Brittany is Amy's only friend. Brittany is the one who takes Amy on a tour of the galaxy. Brittany plays an important role in the story. Brittany has a friendly personality. Brittany is a benevolent goddess, but she sometimes imposes her own sense of morality on other people. Brittany has a strong sense of responsibility, and her primary concern is with protecting the galaxy. The next character that we need to talk about is the Goddess of Love. The Goddess of Love is a half-goddess. She is half goddess and half human. The Goddess of Love is a magical girl. She is much closer to a typical magical girl than most of the other characters in the story. The Goddess of Love represents cosmic, universal, unconditional, transcendent, divine love. This has absolutely nothing to do with romantic love. Romantic love has nothing to do with what the Goddess of Love represents. The Goddess of Love is the most pure-hearted character in the story. She is more merciful than any other character. The Goddess of Love is very powerful, but she never uses her powers to cause harm. She uses her powers to protect, but she never uses her powers to inflict injury. The Goddess of Love has a warm personality. She has a calming presence. She has an energy that is healing to anyone who goes near her. Another character that we need to talk about is the Goddess of Wisdom. The Goddess of Wisdom is completely neutral. She is neither good nor evil. She does not take sides. The Goddess of Wisdom is willing to answer any question. She will share her knowledge with anyone who asks. The Goddess of Wisdom does not care if her knowledge is used for good or evil. The neutrality of the Goddess of Wisdom is a key element in the plot of the story. The good characters and the evil characters both seek knowledge from the Goddess of Wisdom. The Goddess of Wisdom spends her time sitting in a cave. The Goddess of Wisdom is usually in a deep state of meditation, but she opens her eyes and begins talking when people start asking questions. The Goddess of Wisdom knows everything. She can answer any question. She does not get involved in conflicts, but she ends up helping both sides inadvertently by providing information. The goddess of wisdom is a spiritual teacher. She helps other characters to attain higher states of consciousness. Although the characters are not really attaining anything, all that they are doing is remembering who they are. Now it's time to discuss Mistress Multiverse. Mistress Multiverse is the mistress of the multiverse. One day, Mistress Multiverse receives a visitor, and the visitor is herself. Mistress Multiverse is visited by another version of herself from another version of reality. The visitor is from a parallel universe. They are both the same person, but from different worlds. They are both the same character, but from different timelines. Mistress Multiverse and all of her counterparts in other universes are trying to take over the multiverse. Mistress Multiverse is a magnificent character. Mistress Multiverse has a lot more willpower than most of the other characters. Mistress Multiverse has a stronger will than almost anyone else in the multiverse. Mistress Multiverse is the arch rival of Amy. Mistress Multiverse and Amy have to battle each other using their magical powers to determine the fate of the multiverse. Those are all of the characters that I am going to mention in this video. The Goddessverse is a story about the universe of goddesses. Goddessverse is a novel by Jean Louis Bell. You can get a copy of the novel from the Amazon website. Just go to Amazon and search for Goddessverse or Jean Louis Bell. If you want to learn more about the characters from Goddessverse, then you can watch the other videos on my YouTube channel.